So whether it's a bolster or one of the meditation cushions or both, it's nice to have the hips kind of up higher than the knees. And that helps to get your spine nice and long. Are those lights okay back there? I can turn them off.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
They're right, yeah, right there. That's a little better. Okay.
I mean, for me, I mean, is that okay?
Yeah, I think that's nicer. I mean, it's the lights are set up for the beautiful artwork that's usually in here, but today we go see the beautiful like inner artwork. Girls. So this practice, has anyone practiced Nejang before? No. So this is a Tibetan Buddhist yoga, and it's focused on the energy body. So the energy body, thinking of like our meridians that are worked on in acupuncture, our chakra system, and the energy body is what kind of translates us into our physical form. So when we have blockages in the energy body, it can translate to physical ailments, it could be chronic conditions, it could be pain. It can even be thoughts. You know, you can have these different energy bodies. You have the emotional energy body, you have the mental energy body. And I could do a whole class talk about that forever because I love subtle energy in the energy body. But that's why I love this practice of Nejang, because it focuses on the energy body. And even if you've never really thought about this kind of aspect of yourself, you can really start to feel it after this practice. Even just the first time you practice it, people usually are like, what's tingling? What do I feel? I'm aware of something that I wasn't aware of before. And you can feel it in like clear of mind after the practice too. It might come up like that. And your energy body is very connected with the nervous system as well. So it can feel like tingling and these kinds of things that we connect with, you know, nerves and nervous system. So are you okay with the doors open with the noise? Is that okay? We'll get some fresh, we'll sacrifice the noise for the fresh air, so we're all on the same page. So I've learned this practice from Dr. Nida Chinetsang, who is a Tibetan medicine doctor, and he has a place out in California that Pure Land Farms, but he lives in Italy. He's a very well-known Tibetan medicine doctor. He teaches a lot of Tibetan Buddhist practices. He can be a little controversial because a lot of the practices you're supposed to have empowerments or initiations for, but some of the Buddhist teachers feel that we're now in a time where we're leaving secrecy behind. Human evolution is happening at a much faster pace, and all of this information needs to be distributed to people. But this practice of Nejang is accessible to everyone. You don't need an initiation. It's not like controversial for me to be teaching it. So in the spirit of Tibetan Buddhism, we start with the purification practices. So there are 4 different preliminaries, we call them, before we get into the actual practice of the Nejang. And the first is the setting of the intentions, which is the 4 measurables. So you can sit, or you can bring hands to heart center if you like. And you can just listen. And what's so important when setting any kind of intention is that you feel the resonance of the intention as if it's really happening, you really believe it, and you really feel that it's present and here, rather than just going through the motions of the words and saying it if you know how to say it, or just listening to it. You're really feeling the impact of these words. Okay, so I'll say it 3 times through. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be separated from the supreme joy that is beyond all suffering. May all beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment, aversion, and sorrow. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be separated from the supreme joy that is beyond all suffering. May all beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment, aversion, and sorrow. One more time. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be separated from the supreme joy that is beyond all suffering. May all beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment, aversion, and sorrow. So now we'll work on how we take our seat for this practice. So if you're not used to sitting cross-legged for extended amounts of time, at any point, please don't hesitate to stretch your legs out and, whatever makes you comfortable. I don't want you to be feeling like you're tortured sitting here with your cross-legged position. So just feel free. And I'll also offer some designated times where we can stretch our legs. And then if you want to continue with this practice, you can get to the point where you have it memorized and you can go through the whole thing. It takes about 20 minutes if you have it down. But we're going to go through it a little in depth here. And then we have a special treat today. My friend Teresa here will be offering us a kind of, what do we call it, like a hands-on healing or
Hands-on healing, assessment fees.
and it's beautiful. I received it yesterday, incredibly centering and grounding, and just a wonderful gift that she's offering us today. So we'll do the Nejang practice, and then we'll go into Shavasana, and Teresa will offer that for anyone who'd like it. But if you prefer not to receive that, you can also just take rest, okay? So now there's a special seated posture we do for Nejang. It's called Vairochana. So 7-point posture. And first is we create a long spine. So that's how we can sit up on the bolster, sit up so that the hips are higher than the knees. And the monks, they do it in full lotus, but that can be a little intense for most people. So then we take this hand position. You take the thumb to the base of the ring finger. And then you close the other 4 fingers over the thumb. So these are Vajra fists. And then the backs of the hands come to the hip crease. And then I know in Hatha yoga we always say drop the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to lift the shoulders up and back. So we like to say the shoulder blades like vulture wings. Okay, and then you can press the backs of the hands into the inner thighs, and the shoulders can come up, and as best you can to straighten the arms. So this becomes more comfortable with practice, but the purpose is that it really helps you to straighten the spine. And okay, so let's settle in. And then if you're feeling like it's a little hard to straighten the arms, the more closely you come in towards the center, it gets a little easier, gives you a little more space. You can play around with it. I thought you can.
My arms are super long. I'm a gorilla.
I have short arms. So, there's some Hatha yoga postures where I really wish my arms were longer. But here in Nejang, short arms gonna help me. So we have our Vajra fists and our hips, vulture wings on the back with the shoulder blades hard open. And now the chin comes down towards the throat like the neck of a swan. And now the tongue is going to come to rest at the roof of the mouth, the tip of the tongue behind your top teeth. So this helps to release the jaw. When you have your tongue resting at the roof of the mouth like this, you can't clench your jaw. So it helps to relax the nervous system, stimulates the vagus nerve, relax the space between your eyebrows. Okay, and just feel into this seated posture for a few breaths. And now we begin with the second preliminary. The first was the 4 immeasurables. The second preliminary is now 9-fold purification breathing. So this is a form of alternate nostril breathing with some visualization. So now you can take your hands in front of you, but keep the thumb at the base of the ring. And this actually protects the energy body. Because in the Tibetan medicine tradition, there's energy coming in through this finger. So keeping the thumb at the base is protecting your energy field. Okay, and then you can keep the 3 fingers except the index folded over the thumb, okay? And we're going to use the index fingers to seal the nostril. So we're going to begin by placing the left index on the left nostril. And we're going to clear the right energy channel with the breath, the right energy channel being connected with the masculine and fire. And we're going to picture it as red in color. So seal the left nostril, exhale, and now inhale. Use your right finger to just trace the breath as it comes in all the way to the bottom. We're going to do this a few times, so don't worry if you feel a little lost at the beginning. Then you flip the finger over, draw the energy over to the left side channel, and you're holding the inhale, hold the breath, draw the breath up, seal the right nostril, and then exhale through the left. Imagine red smoke coming out. That's anger and aversion. exiting and purifying the body. Okay, inhale through the left, trace the left energy channel, the feminine, the yin energy, hold the breath at the bottom. You're bringing the impurities up the right side, seal the left, release the right and exhale right, white smoke comes out. Ignorance and confusion, the moon channel. Okay, now release both hands. Inhale through both sides, trace both energy channels all the way down. And then hold the breath at the bottom. You can bring the backs of the index fingers together. Hold the breath as you draw up the impurities. Exhale, blow both nostrils. Blue smoke comes out. And this is symbolizing desire and attachment. So that's one round. We'll do two more, okay? So seal the left. Inhale through the right. Rainbow light pours down the right side channel, purifying. Hold the breath. Draw it up. Seal the right. Exhale left. Red smoke, anger and aversion, purification. Inhale through the left. Rainbow light of wisdom pouring down the left side channel now. Hold at the bottom. Hold as you draw it up. Seal the left. Exhale on the right. White smoke. Ignorance and confusion. Now release both hands. Inhale through both nostrils. All the way down to the bottom. And hold. Draw it up. Blue smoke. Desire and attachment. Okay, one more round. Seal the left. Inhale right. Hold. Seal the right. Exhale left. Red smoke. Inhale left. Hold. Draw it up. Seal the left. Exhale right. White smoke. Releasing both sides. Inhale through both. All the way to the bottom. Hold. Draw it up. Exhale. Okay, now come back to Vairocana, back to your seated posture. Feel the residue of the breathing practice and connect with that Vajra body, your energy body, imagining your body as a hologram. You have no bones, no blood, no muscle, just pure light body. In this hologram body, there can be no pain. It's made of pure light. Now we do Vajra recitation breath. So as you inhale, imagine white light pouring in through the forehead, the body made of white light. And now hold the breath. See red light at the throat. Body made of red light as you hold the breath. And now as you exhale at the heart, see blue light. And now inhale, white light, Om at the brow. Hold the breath, red light at the throat, Ah. And then exhale, blue light at the heart, Om. Om, Om. One more time, inhale, Om at the brow, white light. Red light at the throat, hold the breath, Ah. Exhale from the heart, blue light, Om. Enlighten body, speech, and mind. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. Let the breath be natural. Okay, and now we're going to start with our Vaz breathing. So we're going to use this breath. I'm going to teach you now. Let's stretch out the legs before we move on. I'll talk about it while you can stretch out your knees, rest. So Vajra, or the Vaz breath, is a type of breath holds. And we're bringing the breath in, holding the breath. And then when we do these different movements of self-massage and things, it's purifying the energy through the form of the breath. And then when we exhale, we're going to shoot the breath like an arrow out the nose. And this is the impurities coming out. So we're holding the breath, doing the movement, and then it's purifying the energy. And then when we exhale, the impurities are coming out. Okay. So the way we do the Vaz breath, bring your hands to your belly. So a lot of times people are breathing just into the chest, and when they're breathing, their belly isn't moving. This means the diaphragm isn't moving. So we want to make sure we're moving the diaphragm when we breathe so that we're filling the lungs. So when you breathe in, the belly is going to rise. Just feel the belly rising when you breathe in, and then the belly falling when you breathe out. Just so you can connect with belly breathing, diaphragm moving. So just take a few rounds of breath, feeling the belly rise on the inhale, and then drop on the exhale. Okay, so then when we take the vase breath, you inhale, the belly rises, but then you're going to lift the pelvic floor and kind of suck in just the lower part of the belly, just holding. And that's going to be the breath hold. And then when we exhale, you exhale through the nose, but you can imagine it's shooting like an arrow. So it's like this. So it's smooth and then a little burst at the end. So let's do it together. Take an inhale. Hold your vase breath. So you're lifting from the pelvic floor, but pressing down from the heart. And then exhale through the nose. Good. Excellent. Okay, so that's your vase breath. So we're going to be using that from this point forward. So come back to Vairochana. We're going to do the vase breath, and then we're just going to do these kind of circles. But instead of circling from the pelvis, you're going to circle from the waist, like a hula hoop. It's called Bumpacha. And this is incredibly purifying, especially to your, well, it's to the solar plexus chakra, but that's connected with your astrological chart. So if you want to purify the effects of your astrological chart, you can do Bumpacha. It's Bumpacha with the breath. And I mean, Dr. Nita says to do it for like 20 minutes a day, but I mean, it can really make you nauseous if you're not, if you don't build up to that first. So we're just gonna do 4 times. That's in the Nejang practice, we just do it 4 times. So we do that. We're gonna take the inhale, make the vase breath, and then 7 times clockwise, and then 7 times counterclockwise. And you can just imagine it's like a hula, just moving the waist. Okay. All right. And it takes a little practice. So, you know, every time you just start with something, it's always a practice of self-compassion. Okay, sitting up nice and tall, Vairochana. Inhale and hold. Hold the knees, and then 7 times clockwise. Switch directions, counterclockwise 7 times. Come back to your Vairochana, and then shoot the breath. So when you shoot the breath, sometimes you might notice with some of the exercises that it's kind of like bumpy at the end when you shoot it out, and that's good because it's the impurities are really coming out. So you may want to even go back to that exercise or notice what that exercise is clearing, because the different body parts are connected with different organs and different health issues and stuff like that. Okay, so Bumpacha 3 more times. Inhale. Hold, rotate 7 times clockwise, counterclockwise. Okay, and again, inhale, hold, switch. Shoot the breath. Okay, last one. Inhale. Switch. So that's the 4 preliminaries. So now we get into the Nejang practice. So the first exercise is the ear. So we're going to make this vase breath, and then the left hand is going to come to the right ear, and you're going to rub the whole ear vigorously 21 times as you hold the breath. Then you throw off the energy, come back to your Vairochana, and then shoot the breath. And then we'll make another vase breath and do the other side. Okay. Right. Inhale. Hold. Left hand to right ear 21 times. always like to pause a moment after each exercise and feel the effects, especially with the ears. I feel like it's very intense. You have kind of like your whole body is in your ear. Referred to as like an upside down fetus, like the head is here and then you can come up with kind of feet. Let's do the other side. Inhale. Hold. Right hand to left here 21 times. Okay, so now we're going to do the eyes. So this is always fun. This is all the face exercises that we get over our egos because we're quite silly doing them. So first it's the eyes. So I'm going to break it down into a couple of breaths instead of one breath as we get used to the breath holds. So you're going to inhale and hold the breath, and then you're going to open the eyes wide and then look up and down 7 times. And then side to side 7 times. And then we'll shoot the breath and do the second half of the eye exercise. All right, inhale and hold. Open the eyes wide. Up and down. Side to side. And shoot the breath. And now second part of the eyes, we're going to look 7 times circles clockwise. So you can go in whatever speed is comfortable. You can also go slowly and just do 3 times in each direction. So clockwise and then counterclockwise. Okay, so 3 or 7 times in each direction. Inhale. Take a moment, shake out the legs. So Dr. Nita says that we can do any of these exercises, even if are you getting a cramp? Do you want a second bolster or another cushion? Were you sitting on both? Sometimes it's good too if you want to sit against the wall. Feels good, however you're comfortable. You can always imagine, if there's any reason you can't do any of the exercises, you can do it in your mind, because the energy body is super connected with visualization. So if you really imagine it's happening, it's happening. Okay, so now after the eyes, we do the nose. So we're just going to do 1 breath for each hand. So we're going to take an inhale, and then the right hand is going to just massage the nose from between the eyebrows down to the tip 7 times, throw it off. Same breath 7 times, the left hand, throw it off, and then we'll exhale. Okay. Inhale and hold. Right hand. Throw it off. Left hand. Throw it off. So the nose, that's good for the sinuses, it balances the lungs, and then you can get into like emotional aspects that are connected with that meridian. This book is amazing. If you'd like this practice, it's very informative yet tiny little book. So the next exercise is the tongue. So this is going to be very similar to the eyes. We're going to first stick the tongue out as far as we can, and then we go up and down. And then side to side, and then circles clockwise and counterclockwise. But I'll do like I did with the eyes, and I'll kind of stop halfway so you can take a second breath. Okay, inhale, make your last breath and hold. The tongue is very good for your brain, your memory, to do these tongue exercises. Right now we do circles clockwise and counterclockwise, 7 times each direction, or 3. Inhale and hold. Next, we're going to do nodding the head back and forth. So as much as you feel comfortable, if you have any type of neck pain, maybe you need to go very slowly, if you get dizzy easily. All right, so we do that on the breath hold 7 times back and forth. Inhale. Hold. Next, the right hand comes on top of the head and we massage the crown vigorously, throw it off, and then we'll switch hands. We'll do that on one breath. Exhale, shoot the breath. Okay. Inhale and hold. Right hand to crown. Left hand. Next one. Interlacing the hands, and you're going to come to the back of the head and neck. And as we hold the breath, we're just going to rub up and down. I kind of like to use like the edge of my thumb and really get that base of the skull area. We have glands in there and helps the hormonal system to balance. So, but if you like to just use the whole palm, you can do that too, and just vigorously rub the back of the head and neck. Let's take the vase breath. Hold. Exhale. It's one of my favorites, that one. I always feel a little after that one. Now we do the third eye. So you're going to take the right hand first, keep the thumb at the base of the ring, and the pinky side of the hand is going to kind of like a karate chop rub up and down the third eye, just the middle of the forehead. Throw it off, and then do the other hand, throw it off, and then we'll shoot. Inhale, vase breath. Hold. Right hand. Throw it off, left hand. Throw it off. So now, last one for the head. We go turn the head right and left. So we do that 7 times, but be careful if you have any kind of neck sensitivities, move at whatever speed feels good for you. Okay, inhale and hold. Next, we do the shoulders. So you're psychic. I feel the shoulders are calling for it. Well, that's the next one. So first, the left hand comes to the shoulder, and you have some acupuncture points like right in here. So it's kind of like a kneading, a rubbing, this kind of motion. And then you can start to kind of shrug the shoulder and move it in circles forward and back. We're just kind of loosening up the shoulder. And then we throw it off. And then we'll take a second breath to do the other side, so we have enough time to really get in there. Okay, inhale and hold. Left hand to right shoulder. Try to circle this. Throw it off. Hearing some impurities. Good, good. Okay, now we'll do the other side. Inhale. Hold. Right hand to left shoulder. Circles. Now we do put the right hand on the head, and we're going to take the left hand and massage under the arm and along the side of the chest. You can do kind of like this pinching action. You can rub a little bit, but really good for the lymphatic system, get everything moving. And then we throw it off and we'll exhale and we'll take a second breath for the second side. Right, inhale and hold. Right hands ahead. Side, inhale. Left hand ahead, right hand up the arm. Moving down, we're going to do the chest now. So we're going to go towards the center, 7 circles, and then out from the center, 7 circles. And then we do up and down the heart chakra 7 times. And then throw it on, exhale. Right, inhale. Switch. Center. Shake out the legs a little bit. So if we were doing this in full lotus position, this is the midway point where we would reverse which one was on top. Okay. We're just stretching out the legs. So you might want to come off the bolster for this, but you don't have to. This is more like Sufi rolls. So whereas in the beginning with the bump and chun is more like a hula hoop with the waist. This is like the big Sufi rolls of the pelvis, okay? It's a little different. All right. So we'll go 7 times clockwise and then 7 times counterclockwise, and then exhale. Inhale. Hold. Switch when you're ready. So now we're going to do open and shut the mouth. This is really good for the jaw. It's also connected with the base chakra too. Your jaw is connected with the base. So you're going to inhale, and then we're going to kind of purse the lips and open the mouth fully 7 times like this. So we do that 7 times on a breath hold. All right, inhale. Hold the breath. Next, we do these big kind of head circles. So you're interlacing the hands behind the head. And then we'll just go 3 times in each direction so we can get nice big circles. Clockwise, big circle, and then switch directions and make 3 big circles counterclockwise. So remember, when you're making your vase breath, you're gonna pull up from the pelvic floor and push down from the heart. So it's like you're trapping this vase. Think of the vase as being bigger on the bottom. So you're kind of making that, envision that. Okay, inhale, hold. Switch. So this next one, I mean, if you do have a full lotus in your practice, you can do it from full lotus, because what it's going to be is on the breath hold, we're going to come from seated and then come forward, shake your shoulders, come up, forward, shake your shoulders, come up, and you do that 7 times. And then at the end. But if you don't have full lotus and you don't want to do that, you have some options. You can just do the ha breath. So the exhale is different. It's not through the nose, sticking out the tongue. Or you can lift your seat and put it down. The purpose of that lift up and come down is to free trapped energy from the base of the spine. So the BEP it's called, the real like masters, they'll be from standing, they'll put their legs in full lotus position and land on their seat. It's incredible to watch. If you want to watch after class, I'll show you a video if you want. But we can do our version here. So coming forward, shaking the shoulders, coming up, so 7 times, and then you can do a little lift up and come down, or you can skip that part and we exhale with the ha breath, shaking the hands, just freeing all that energy. It's really good for the heart chakra. And let's make our vase. Inhale. Hands to knees.
Miracle.
Yeah, that's great. And I love that one. And so we're coming, you can kind of see we're kind of coming down through the chakra system from the crown all the way down. So now we're like really reaching the base chakra, and that's connected with the legs. The root chakra is connected with the legs, and then the chakras in the feet too. So the next one, if you're familiar with boat pose in yoga, this will be a little familiar. So a few ways you can do this. You can lean back on your hands, and we're going to kick the legs, alternate which one goes in front. You can also do it crossing the arms in front of you. And if neither of those is comfortable, you can do it lying on the back and do it like this. So any of those. Okay, so come off your cushion if you're sitting on a cushion, either supporting yourself. You can do it towards me. Look with me. Yeah, you're good. I just was doing it so you could see me. Okay, so make your vase breath. Actually come to sitting and make your vase breath. You know which position you're going into. So we're going to make our vase breath. Hold, and then come into it 7 times. So this next one, no one's going to be able to tell that you're doing it except for you. It's to contract and release the anus. So very important. Helps with different digestive issues. And it's a powerful kind of mudra in yoga, really. Ashwani mudra, it's called. So there's a lot of these commonalities between like Hatha yoga, Tibetan yoga, little variations, but there's really intelligent, ancient wisdom to practices, even though they may have different names from tradition to tradition. So we're going to make our vase breath and then release and contract the anus 7 times. Inhale and hold. Okay, now next one. On the breath hold, we're just going to self-massage, rub all around the ankles and feet. Rub, 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 and then you can tap the energy firmly. Shake out the hands and then exhale. Okay, so let's make our vase breath first. Inhale, hold. Then the next one, similar thing. It's going to be on the calves and the shins. This time when you pat though, take a loose fist, and you can just give a loose fist, go all the way around, shake it off, and exhale. Okay. Inhale, hold. And now similar with the thighs, rubbing like around the hips, the inner thighs, all around, and then the glutes twist. And all around. Inhale. Hold. And now we're going to do another kind of belly exercise. So it takes kind of control of the abdominal muscles that a lot of us are used to using. So you can kind of use your hands to manipulate what you want to happen as you get used to it. So you're making the belly like a wave. So you're going to first go from top to bottom, like you're making the belly move in a wave. So you can kind of push down from the top to the bottom to kind of show your body what you want to do. We do that 7 times, and then we come up from the bottom to the top. So a lot of times one is harder than the other. Like moving from bottom to top is harder for me. So we do that, and then, well, we're not going to have the hands there. You can use the hands there if you're manipulating the stomach. If you're just going to do it with your muscular control, you can stay in Vairocana. I'll start here for the Vaz breath. Inhale, hold. Switch. Okay, we're almost done, just a couple more. So now come on to hands and knees, like in tabletop position. And this one has the best name. This is called vomiting like a tiger. Because the Tibetans know how to keep it fun. It's really like cat-cow, but we're going to do it on a Vaz breath. And we're going to go back and forth 7 times. And when you're curled in on the 7th time, you're going to do that exhalation, the hot breath with the tongue out. Okay, so we're going to do 3 rounds. So let me show you what it looks like before you do it. So you make the Vaz breath. Okay, and then we'll do 3 rounds of that. Ready? Inhale. And 2 more, just follow your own rhythm. You don't have to do it at the exact same time. One more round. So that's good for just releases emotions, helps digestion, releases us as heat from the body, anger. Now this is my favorite part at the end. It's the last thing we do. So come to standing. And this is to spread the Tigre. The Tigre is like the life force energy. So now that we've cleared all the channels with these exercises, now we're just going to spread the Tigre through our cleared channels. So stand with your feet about hips distance apart. And you can have the knees kind of bent so you're nice and stable. And we're going to do the first round. I'm going to break it in half. We really do the whole thing on 1 breath, but it's a little challenging at first. So I'll stop halfway for the first round and we'll take an extra breath and finish the second one. So we do this 3 times through. All right. Standing. Take a big inhale. Hold. Lock your hands rubbing together. Rub your gaze. Top of the head. The back of your head and neck, shoulders, low back, and then a jump 3 times with 3 half breaths. It's fun, right? Well, this is my favorite. So then that's the first half. Now the second half, we're going to do the legs, the chest, and the arms. So inhale, hold, tap, up, left leg 3 times, Right leg 3 times. Chest, ribs, left arm top and bottom, right arm top and bottom. Just stand with your eyes closed a minute, or open, and just feel. So we'll do 2 more rounds. I'm gonna do them on 1 breath, but if at any point you really feel like you need to breathe, then breathe. Okay, sometimes, especially coming from the bench over, when you come back up, it can feel really intense. So don't try to be a hero, just do what the body needs. Just breathe and breathe. Okay, inhale, hold, stop, rub, gaze, top of the head, back of the head and neck, shoulders, low back, left leg 3 times, right leg 3 times, chest, ribs, left arm, right arm. It's like a great reset. Like, I had a woman come into a class once and she like had some kind of altercation in like the parking lot. I'm like, gotta do spread the tea leg, get rid of it. It's like even kids love to do it. It's great. System reset. We'll do it once more, but I'm not gonna talk, I'll just do a video. Okay. Right? Now. Now, I invite you to lie down. I'm gonna actually close the doors, it's not too loud. So get comfortable here. You can put a blanket or anything under your head, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And we're going to, let's reset. Unless you want to take a few minutes of rest before you jump in. Ooh, sorry. So if you would not like any kind of touch assist, then you can just put your hand on your heart right now to just signal that. But if you would like an assist, then you don't continue.
I invite y'all just to continue to expand with your breath. For your lungs, for your belly, all lungs. Deep exhale. Up, inhale. of it. Open your eyes and see, let's see. Let your hands, your arms just wave more like a float. Feeling the air between your fingers. And light your arms on. You can open wide. You bring your hands down, your shoulders down. You can open your eyes and just gaze at the colors. Look at texture. Maybe you'll see your breath. Just notice the thing. Feel the ease of your thoughts. Feel the openness, the expansion. Slowly bring yourself. Seated position.
Close in a traditional way with the dedication of the merit. In the spirit of dedicating any benefits that we receive from this practice today to then benefit all beings everywhere. And by this merit, may all-seeing Buddhahood itself be obtained, and may the enemy of all wrongdoings be vanquished. May I save all beings from drowning in the turbulent whirlpools of rebirth, aging, sickness, and death in the ocean of samsara. Thank you so much for coming today. And thank you so much, Teresa. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so much, Teresa. It's so very special.
Thank you for allowing me.
Can you stay on Keeps Island and do?
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, just
Please stay.